the greatness. Fucking the greatness. Now, sorry, I got a bit dark just there, but oh my god, Togashi, are you kidding us? Are you kidding me? Like, are you kidding me? Hunter x Hunter, chapter 351, Deathmatch. It was so good. I had to literally fuck the opening, like fuck the intro. Like, this was emotional. This is exactly what we wanted. If you followed Hunter from the beginning and you've seen Hisoka and you know about Hisoka and how down he's been to take out Chrollo, how's Togashi just gonna throw us right into the deep end? The first page we get Chrollo, Lucifer versus Hisoka. Literally, like, I'm not shitting you. Okay, a spoiler alert, like, I'm gonna have to throw that out there. Obviously, this is a review, so I'm reviewing what I've read. But this is an extreme spoiler alert, because if you haven't read this and you've clicked on this, you need to just catch up to Hunter x Hunter. Yes, I know there was a chapter last week that I haven't reviewed yet. Chapter 350 with Kurapika and the princes and all that kind of stuff. Now that was all good. That was amazing. I was actually really happy to read it, but I had the worst information overload. I was literally gone with steam coming out of my head. Like, I needed to take so many notes, but the time I actually did take the notes and start recording it, so much time was taken up, and my computer's not that good to be uploading some hour kind of video, and I'm not that famous yet to be uploading such big videos like that, such long videos. But yeah, long story short, Kurapika, he's after the prince that's got his eyes. He knows he's got his eyes, and he's now using his power, his popularity in the underworld to be a bodyguard, like he did before in when he's fighting the spiders and took out Uvagin and all those kind of people. So he's now at the he's literally the Doflamingo, but a good guy, and he's now finding bodyguards for the different princes that are going on this death match to find out who's going to be the next king, this, that, and that. And for that, he ends up giving so much exposition for every single fucking prince and their backstory, people I've never cared about. But it was great to show us how hard Togashi works and how much effort, how much of his soul he puts into Hunter x Hunter. So I'm extremely thankful for the first chapter that came out last week, chapter 350, Princes. But I'm going to start my review from this. I don't care. And 351, 10 out of 10. Fuck it, 10 out of 10. Yes, it was only a fighting chapter. Yeah, I'm fanboying. I don't care. Yeah, straight up. I read the chapter and it was finished, and I was like, wait a second. That wasn't 21 or 23 pages. That felt like only 5 pages. I looked again. When there was writing, there was writing. Boy, did I read a lot of writing when they were fighting. So much information. Chrollo versus Hisoka has to be one of the best things I've received from Hunter. Literally, it was amazing. Okay, yeah, it starts off at Heaven's Arena, and I'm all like, who's fighting in Heaven's Arena? There I was thinking it was Gon. I know it could seem kind of far-fetched because Gon's lost his men, but it's not far-fetched for Gon to be in Heaven's Arena. His fighting capability and his animal instinct and senses is extremely high at the highest peak, so I do believe he would be able to fight there. Yeah, straight up, he'd be able to fight there. His lack of Nen ability would mean he'd have an issue, but he's aware of Nen, and I don't think it'd be the same situation as when he first went to Heaven's Arena. So I thought it was Gon. Sorry. Turns out to be even better than that, Hisoka. Hisoka versus Chrollo. That standoff. Literally, I have to put. Look, well, let me just take a pause and show you this picture. This image right now. How beautiful was that? How beautiful is that? We've always wanted that. I mean, at the end of the Great Island arc, when Chrollo goes off, we're all like, oh, are they actually ever going to fight? Is Togashi actually ever going to give us a Hisoka versus Chrollo? And he gave it to us. He gave it to us in style. And yes, Chrollo even mentions in the fighting, this isn't just about fighting to the death. I'm not here just to win. I'm here to fight in style. It's about our techniques. And Hisoka's going ham. Now, we've already been shown and introduced that Hisoka is a fucking beast. At the end of the anime and manga of Hunter x Hunter, Hisoka had taken out so many people in the Hunter universe. He took out Killua's butler, and he's no one to be fucked with. He killed him one time. Hisoka's been going around on a fucking rampage, and if he's been going around as well as going on a rampage, he can actually fight almost anybody. And Chrollo went toe to toe with Killua's dad and granddad. How strong is Chrollo? In this chapter, Hisoka matches the speed of Chrollo. Yes, I know some of you will actually confirm, and I actually saw it as well. Hisoka broke so many sweats. Chrollo's going around, he's literally wiping the floor, not with him, but he's coming out with some of these moves that I'm just like, what in the fuck? I also did question and wonder, how is Chrollo going to fight? Because yes, Chrollo's OP and he's going against Hisoka, and Hisoka may not be as strong as Chrollo, but Hisoka's never given his full strength when fighting Chrollo or fighting anybody. Nobody's been strong enough to take Hisoka's full strength. We've seen Chrollo do some damage, but even he didn't go full strength when he fought against Killua's dad and granddad. So it's like, who's actually the strongest? We haven't seen none of them at their full strength, but Chrollo is the leader of the spiders, and each of the spiders individually are fucking madness. And for them to be following somebody, that person needs to be on a whole fucking level. Now Hisoka, he gets some hardcore bonus shit off of fucking like the strong people he faces. And yeah, so yeah, that happened. Chrollo versus Hisoka. I mean, I take a shot every time I say Chrollo versus Hisoka, because this is some real shit. Like, it happened. This chapter happened. They confirm right at the beginning, this is a fight to the death. There's no fucking around. This is a fight to the death. Chrollo takes both his hands out. Chrollo's fighting with both his hands. He does mention in this chapter that because of how many abilities he's taken and how he's decided to fight against Hisoka, now his ability has kind of changed or been compromised a bit. So it's kind of like he's been handicapped a bit because he can't use any of the powers or every single one of his powers at the same time. Like, he can't just be flicking through the book and all that. But I think that's because he knows how powerful Hisoka is. He has a feeling, he has a hunch. Like, Chrollo's he's not stupid, he's not retarded. He knows Hisoka has some stuff up his sleeve, but at the same time, Chrollo's not just going to be taken out by no bungee gum. Chrollo's not the kind of person to just not use his gyo and see what the fuck's going around. Chrollo is no mug, you know? Chrollo can take out some deep motherfuckers. Chrollo's the leader of the spiders. Hisoka really needs to step the fuck back and realize who he's fighting against. Chrollo is handicapped, so now I think it states that he can only use 3 or 4 moves, one at a time. And after using one move and using the referee as a body, he uses a fucking the antenna manipulation powers to throw the referee straight up at Hisoka to make sure that Hisoka is all distracted by that referee, to then be taking him out with another power. And Hisoka's not having any type of that shit, goes towards him to rip him apart, to think, fuck it, let me just take the referee out the way. What happens? Referee blows up. Turns out to be Chrollo used the next bomb attack move thing. This is crazy. This has to be my favorite chapter of Hunter x Hunter in such a long time. Yes, it's such a long time because it's been a hiatus for such a long time, but in canon of what's happened, this is a beautiful chapter. Even though this is an extreme fighting chapter, this isn't like Fairy Tail. This isn't some Fairy Tail bullshit where it's just fighting, or it isn't Bleach where it's just one whole page, one little writing. No, this is fighting's going on. We're getting dialogue, we're getting information, we're getting told exactly what's going on. This is Togashi at his finest. We really get some beautiful fucking work from Hunter x Hunter. I am so happy Hunter x Hunter is back. Chrollo goes on a madness and lets Hisoka know that yes, even though he is handicapped, this does allow him to use both his hands, and him being able to use both his hands means that he can't use every single ability in the book. But him having both his hands up means that he can do more hand-to-hand combat. His hand-to-hand combat with one hand was enough to hold back Killua's dad and granddad. Having both his hands out, Chrollo's a beast. Chrollo's a beast. I don't know how Togashi's gonna do this. Unfortunately, next week we do have a break from all manga. In Japan, this big ceremony thing. Excuse my ignorance, I didn't actually read too deep into what it was, but what I do know is that there's going to be a pause for every single manga. We're not going to get anything. So unfortunately, as amazing as this was, we're going to have to wait almost 2 weeks until the next one, unless we get some rules out there. But you can't be reading Hunter x Hunter raw. You can't be doing that. You need to know what the fuck is going on. We need to know every single bit out there. I'm having some big nerdgasm right now, so I'm throwing a 10 out of 10 for Hunter x Hunter Chapter 351 Deathmatch, Chrollo vs Hisoka. Yes, I can't wait for this to be in the anime. There's not more, but like literally, like this is happening. Like I think what's going to happen is they're gonna fight a lot more, and people are going to get in the way. Chrollo and Hisoka can't be fighting in some confined space. I feel like that building's going to be fucking taken out. They're fighting to the death. They don't give a fuck what's going on. They killed the referee right at the beginning. So do you really think they give a fuck about the rest of the audience? Nah, shit's going to go down. Shit's going to go down. And I can't wait to be there and read what's going to go down when it happens. Who do you think is going to win? Chrollo versus Hisoka? Put your fucking names down. This is it. This is the year of fucking verses. You got what was it? You have Batman versus Superman. You have Captain America versus Iron Man. You have Chrollo versus Hisoka. Shit, I don't even know what's going down. I want to say I'm Team Chrollo because I've been Chrollo's my man. He's not giving a shit. Hisoka is one of my favorite characters in Hunter x Hunter, but Chrollo, I feel that there's a reason why they've shown Chrollo be calm, and Chrollo still hasn't been breaking a sweat at all. They've shown us slight hints that Chrollo can take out some motherfuckers. So yeah, I'm Team Chrollo. Put down who you think's going to win. Put down what team is. I'm fucking smiling with grinning teeth because I fucking love this shit, and I can't wait for the next Hunter x Hunter review. Like, follow, subscribe, share my shit. You know you can follow me on Twitter. I'm always on that. The information is down below underneath the subscribe button, right next to the like button. You know what you can do. I'm chrisIsTalkin, and thank you very much for following my reviews. I have other playlists and other uploads for other anime, manga, and video related stuff, so you know what to do. I've said you know what to do too many times, so fuck that shit. Peace, chrisIsTalkin.